So welcome to day 13. Um, Today we are talking about resumes and recommendations, and we're going to be doing a little bit more talk about just that process of professionalism in the context of asking for recommendations. So today might be a little bit quicker just because, it's us. So we're going to be going through this agenda. So first, we're going to be doing a Sporkle quiz, have a resume template and document. Then I'm going to be talking a little bit about asking for a recommendation letter, who you're asking, and also how would you ask. And then the assignment for today is think of what teachers to ask, and I'll go into a little bit more detail once you get a little bit further into the session today. So first things first. Good morning, Kamaya as well. Thank you for coming. So first things first, we're going to do a quick little Sporkle quiz. I like to get back to it. As always, Sporkle is my go-to thing. And this one is a quick one. So this one it might not be as quick as you think, but this one is what words, can you name the most common words in the names of colleges and universities? So this is how many times it says the word, this is how many numbers, the word itself. And we're going to try to guess as many words as we can that are in the name of colleges and universities. Does that make sense to you both? And again, it will make life much easier. We were just using the unmuting just because it's us three today. But does this game make sense? Okay. If you're not feeling like unmuting today, that's fine. I know it's only Tuesday, so. All right, so we're gonna get started. We have 12 minutes to try to get all these words. Let's see if we can do it. Okay. Let's start. Oh, come on. Okay. What do you think words is in college and university titles? And Kamai, you can play with us too. What words are most commonly found in college and university titles? I gotta give you some guesses.
College and university.
College, university. Okay, what else?
School.
What else you got?
State.
State. It's ST.
Institution.
Institution. That's all right. Institution. That's not there. I'll give us one. The of is probably number 2. What else you got? Think of whatever word you can think of. It could be like a, it could be like the, who, hour, of, stuff like that.
A.
I have a. What else you got? I think we have the and of. Maybe think of states.
Florida.
Well, there we go, Florida. Think of like big states.
Texas or California.
I put New York. No. University, school, and our. No. College,
This is kind of hard.
I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of hard. Texas, California, Massachusetts, no.
North Carolina.
North, South.
South Carolina. Yeah.
Carolina's on there. There we go. Let's see what else.
Michigan.
Private state. Oh, community college. Sure, no. Agriculture. A and M, no.
What about IT or tech?
Or the tech. Institute. There we go. Maybe like research, science, arts. Oh, yeah, we go. History. No. Engineering. No.
Design.
Oh, yeah. Oh, just DE. D. uh, temporary. No. Uh, this is a tough one. Oh my goodness. 566 colleges have one.
Law.
Oh, let's law. There we go. We got some at the bottom that don't count for cross. Oh. No, thought Jesuit would be what? Peter.
Performing. Why are you trying names?
Yo, I don't even know.
Performing should be up there.
It's not there. Let's do more states. Washington.
Washington,
Ohio.
D.C.
Oh, there we go. DC. It's not. Ohio.
Arizona.
What's places that have Maine? Oh,
Our state, like literally the amount of colleges.
this was this. I tried Massachusetts. That's not it.
I would say Boston then.
Oh, wow. North, south, east, west.
I can't think of anything.
I have 4. Yo, this is crazy. I'm gonna look up what this college is. Like a list of colleges. Oh, you know. Oh, I thought Johnson was here. Is it? I wonder if they're thinking about like the full.
Medical.
Oh yeah. There we go. Dental health.
Isn't there like one for like people in the army? Like
Oh yeah. Army. Military. What? Okay, no. What's of something? I'm trying to think of like still. I'm trying to think of like, oh, there we go, Christian. That's what, that doesn't count.
Catholic. How are you gonna have Christian but not Catholic? That doesn't make sense.
This is just like Jewish school. I can't remember how they are. Like with the sheep. Oh,
I was gonna say Hebrew, but like no.
no. Education. There we go. It's like School of Natural, School of Biological, School of Medicine, School of Law, School of
Biochemistry.
nothing. Communication. Guess not. Trade. No. Oh, finance. Business. There we go.
Math.
How we? I got science. I think I have math. Oh no. Oh, no. Is this all the schools in the colleges and universities? Did I put research? Yeah, I think so. And film.
Mm.
How is agriculture not there? That's the A&M schools. Trade. Or no. Well, we're not good at this.
Vermont.
Oh,
Vermont should definitely be up there.
wow. We're getting played right now.
Mm.
Okay. I think we might just have to give up. We got nothing. This is slow right now. All right, let's see. Beauty. Oh, technical schools. I did put campus. Technology, nursing, SAN. Wow.
Cosmetology.
Oh, you said
Wow.
IT. You said ITT. I mean IT. Oh, they were talking about every college university. That's crazy. All right, it's all good. Well, we got a 45. The average score is 33, so we're better than everybody else. All right, let's go back to this. So yeah, that was that one. We might do another one later. So we'll see how we're feeling. So now we're gonna look at the resume template document using the resume worksheet, create your own resume. You've already done that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pull it up. Let me find the week 4 folder. So what I did want to do is just once again show you the student resume sample. So again, your name big at the top, Main Street, hometown, all that stuff. And then phone, email. Also, if you have any social media that you would like to share, you can add it. I don't recommend doing like Instagram or like Snapchat, but if you have like a LinkedIn or, if you're doing art and you have like a portfolio somewhere, you can do that. Education, extracurricular activities, work experience, skills, honors, and awards, interests. You kind of know the rest of that. If you ever wanted to update your resume, you can always download a copy of this template and then you just plug in your own information. And I know that you already have yours. So again, you already did the assignment. So as long as you use some of that info and then plug it into the resume template, you should be good to go. And also one other thing that I did want to add about the resume template is that anytime you describe an activity, you want to make sure to use bullet point. And it can be like 1 or 2 sentences, something real quick. It just makes it easier for those jobs to read through it. They don't have to read super long paragraphs and it gets right to the point. So that's a big piece about creating resume. And then if we have some time and I can actually show you like what my resume looks like, I just have to like download a copy. But that was just a quick overview of it. We're gonna go over recommendation letters now. Before I dive into it, like Julia, what do you know about recommendation letters?
I was trying to wait because of the plane passing, but like I don't care at the moment. Um, you need them for a lot of things when you're a student. So like applying to college, it's good to get a recommendation. Applying to jobs and stuff.
Yep. Yep.
And I think that's all I can remember about them.
Well, that's pretty good because that's basically it. Recommendations are used for professional settings and also for college settings. So you're right on the money with use it for applying for college, and you also use them to get jobs. Some jobs just require you to use a reference, which is basically like a recommender, except they don't have to write anything sometimes. Sometimes they just have to make a call. But we're going to be focusing solely on recommendation letters for from your teachers. So the next questions are, what do you think recommendation letters do, and why do colleges ask for them? And they kind of go hand in hand. So again, what do you think recommendation letters do, and why do colleges ask for them? And if you don't know, that's okay.
I think just to have like somebody else, like specifically an adult who's spent time with you, I guess, kind of like let them know what you're like in a way, like
Yeah.
a way for them to get to know you without talking to you, which is kind of weird.
I mean, that's kind of how they work. Yes, they get to know you a little bit better without talking to you. But it's also a perspective of someone who has taught you in a different setting. So that's kind of the main thing. They want to get to know you in the context of you as a student. That's why they usually ask your teacher to write a recommendation letter. And they also ask your guidance counselor to write one. That's more about learning about the student just as a person. And again, it is kind of weird. They could just talk to you. They could just do interviews or something like that. But I think they also want to make sure they get a perspective and to see if stories align. So see if your character outside of the classroom is connected with your character inside of the classroom. And then the reason colleges ask for them is because they want to make sure it's part of the application process. They want to make sure that it's a fair process to get the full picture of who you are as a student. So now there are 3 different ways to ask for a recommendation letter. The first is in person. You just go up to your teacher, say, hey, listen, like I'm going to be applying for colleges. I wanted to know if you would be able to write me a recommendation letter. You can also write a letter. Sometimes that's pretty old school. So most students do not send letters to their teachers. If you wanted to, you can actually combine in person and in the letter. So you can go up to them and hand them a letter instead of just asking them outright. But then this one we're going to be focusing on over email. And there's a definite way that this can be the most effective way. But obviously the big, like asking in person is always going to be the most effective, but over email, just because we're in a virtual space, is going to be the most effective way to do it. So I actually created an email template for you and for other students in the senior seminar. So I'm going to go to our week 4 folder. And if you look in just in the main folder, and I'll show you again, go to week 4, go to the email template, should be that first one. So it says down below is a template you can use to ask your teachers for a recommendation letter. Thinking about who to ask, think about what your relationship is with that teacher. If it's a good one, if it's an okay one. Of course, you don't want to ask them if you have a bad relationship with them. Think about how you did in the class, and I think a lot of students don't really remember this major piece. But think about how you did in their class. Like if you did moderately well, or if you showed a good enough effort, they'd definitely be willing to write you a positive recommendation letter. And then also I have another few tips. Try to pick a teacher from your sophomore year, junior year, or even your senior year. Sometimes recommendation letters from senior teachers can be like a big determining factor because it shows that you were able to develop a relationship pretty strongly, very quickly. And I always say if you had a teacher more than once, they might be a good pick because they know you really well as a student. For me, for both of my recommendation letters when I was in high school, I picked teachers that I had both my sophomore and junior year, and I had them for 2 different classes. So it only made sense to me that I picked them too. And then I think this little piece right here, and I actually, honestly, I'll put this in bold. The earlier you ask, the more time the teachers get to write you the letter. So if you ask like right before applications is due, they're gonna feel like they're gonna be rushed and they actually might not want to write it. But if you ask a little bit earlier, like way earlier, they actually allow you to get on their list of recommendations that they're going to be receiving and sending out. And then again, some teachers only can write a certain number of letters. So again, the earlier you ask, the better. And then down below is here is this template. So it says dear, you insert your teacher's name. So Miss Johnson, Mr. Robinson, you know, whatever. I'm writing the email to ask if you would be able to write me a recommendation letter. And then you also want to make sure to tell the teacher why you are asking them and tell them what it would mean to you to have them write you a letter. So in the cases like you can be like, I'm currently in the process of applying for colleges and having you for this specific class was really great. And I would really love if you would be able to write me this letter because I think we have a good enough relationship. I always add some of the colleges that you're thinking about applying to. In your case, it's gonna be a lot of HBCU. So if you can maybe find a teacher who knows about HBCU, that would be cool. Please let me know if you'd like me to fill a brag sheet or give you my resume because sometimes teachers want some extra information just so they can use that as a reference to allow them to organize their thoughts. And then at the end, you just want to say thank you for so much for all your help in the class, and I hope you will be able to write the letter, the recommendation letter sincerely, and you sign your name. So it's a pretty easy template. You can use it. You don't have to. I would obviously recommend you use it and make it your own, just because it would allow you to better structure that recommendation letter. So today's, again, like I said, today's a quick session. So we're gonna probably just do some more Sporkle stuff after this. But the assignment for today is think of 2 to 3 teachers that you're thinking of asking for a recommendation letter. And if I actually go to the week 4 folder, I go to assignment 2, I just have it here. Please put your name, email below and pick 2 to 3 teachers you're thinking about to ask for a recommendation letter. And then you want to just give a quick 1-sentence reason as to why you're picking them. So the example here, my name, my email, Mrs. Sun, Mr. Jones. I had her for 2 different classes during my junior and senior year. Mr. Jones, he was a great teacher. I had a good relationship with. It's super simple. So let me see. And if you have any other questions or issues, please use the information below. And then day 14, we are actually doing another virtual college tour. We are going to be looking at Bentley University, and then that assignment is actually looking to send out those recommendation letters to your teachers or just have a set template for you to use in order to actually send those out. So with that, that's the presentation. How did you feel about it?